Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nightmare World Cup. I am your host for the evening, Joshua Little, as always, your commentator. And fans, without any further ado, let's get down to the brass tacks of the Nightmare World Cup. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here tonight. Of course, as you can see, our first matchup on the card, Danny Harris taking on Savage, right here tonight inside the Nightmare World Cup. Now, fans, all of our members of this final, all winning 3 separate rounds in a different bracket, all men, putting down anyone that crossed their paths in their bracket, each of brackets to get into the final bracket with us right here this afternoon. Fans, like I said, glad for you all to join us. We're going to crown the first ever winner of the Nightmare World Cup. And in our first match, the round 4, if you will, because everybody else has had 3 matches. So round 4 is the one and only Danny Harris taking on Savage right here tonight in the Nightmare World Cup to see who moves on to the semifinals of the final bracket. Right here this afternoon, it is Savage and the Lunatic, Danny Harris. The afflicted one takes on the Tasmanian Devil of Caw right here, coming up next. So, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First matchup of the card in the round 4, right here in the Nightmare World Cup. It has been 64 individuals, dwindled down now to a field of 8. And now, with that being said, the winner of bracket 2, making his way down to the ring. He put down the likes of Noah Todd, David Newcomb, along with, may have been Josh Omega. No, Josh Omega's in the finals. Nonetheless, here we go here tonight, fans. The man making his way down to the ring and a favorite to win the whole damn thing. Here with us this evening, here he is, the one and only Danny Harris. Now, Danny Harris, of course, has been with NCW for a matter of months now and still looking for that big victory to put him on top. Of course, he is a name known all across the world. Competes in CTO, made his name in companies like XCW and various other companies. But here tonight, Danny Harris looking to become the first man to win the first ever Nightmare World Cup, to show everybody that he is exactly what everybody says he is. And that is the hype. Here he is, Danny Harris. And now, his opponent here in round 4 of the Nightmare World Cup, a man who won his bracket, making his way down to the ring. The unpredictable, relentless, one and only Tasmanian Devil of Caw, the wild man himself, Savage. Alright. So Savage on his way down to the ring. This man is crazy, to say the least. He is definitely off his meds. And here tonight, he has made it to the final bracket of the Nightmare World Cup. Can he make it another round and make it into round 5, the semifinals of the whole 64-man tournament? Who knows? The Tasmanian Devil of Caw, of course, coming in second in that last rise to stardom. Now, here tonight, making it to the finals. Each man having a very different, journey from the others. Danny Harris, a name known all across the world. Savage, a man who's still trying to make his name for himself. Here he is, the one and only Wild Man himself. Savage. Danny Harris and Savage meet right here in the Nightmare World Cup. The quarterfinals start tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. And look out, Danny Harris looking to go to work here with an inverted suplex as the opening maneuver here in this one-on-one matchup for the Nightmare World Cup. The quarterfinals start here tonight in episode 9. This will see the very end of the Nightmare World Cup. 8 men have fought their way all the way to this moment. And right now, Savage, and Danny Harris doing the honors, opening up the quarter round here with us tonight. It's pretty back and forth between both of these men. Reversals back and forth. Sick, nasty chop block earlier, and there it is with the left hand by Savage. Now a reversal throwing Danny Harris over the ropes, but no. Harris with a hell of a reversal, and then a springboard forearm by the superstar of CAW known as Danny Harris. Danny going for a pin off that, looking to capitalize. Only a 1 count thus far as Savage kicks out, saving his dreams here in the Nightmare World Cup. A drop kick to the back of the head, and he's right back on the attack. Now fans, look out, there's that rolling forearm there by Danny Harris, and now Danny Harris looks like he is in control here, and the lunatic is off his wheels here. And the spinning kick lays him out in the middle of him swinging a fist. He goes down to that knockout kick. Good Lord. Now going for the pin off that 1, 2, and getting a shoulder up is Savage. That spinning crescent kick, not enough to get the job done here. Danny Harris and Savage will continue this matchup here. Danny Harris dropping elbow drops over and over. He doesn't look like he's done. Good Lord. Now, Harris perhaps looking for another one of those springboard phenomenal forearms here from Danny Harris as he flies through the air. And Savage got the reversal, a much needed reversal with the double chicken wing gut buster there by Savage. Now trying to get the crowd behind him here as Danny Harris is reeling. Savage now with a hell of a forearm. And another one to follow. Now, hitting the ropes, coming back. Here comes Savage. Big time forearm going for the Bulldog and nails it out of the corner. Nice combination there by Savage. These two continuing their matchup here in the Nightmare World Cup. Quarterfinals, double underhooks, this time from a front face lock position into the gut buster again. Good Lord. Savage believes those double gut busters are enough to get it done. 1, 2, and no. Danny Harris kicking out at a 2 count, almost on the dot. Savage now looking for his finisher. Danny Harris in a bad way, about to get introduced to the Savage driver. Nails it there. And now Savage in control here in the quarterfinals of the Nightmare World Cup. Going for another pin here off his finisher in this 1, 2, and no. Danny Harris will continue here in the quarterfinals. Savage now, reverse, moonsault, springboard there, beautiful maneuver, but Danny Harris dodging that downed kick, and look at that, the rear waistlock, finding the elbows to the face. Danny Harris not looking good here as Savage locking him up, German, arm drag there by Danny Harris. Now, nice forearm there by Danny Harris, perhaps softening him up for that spinning forearm. And look out, what in the world does Danny Harris got planned here in the Nightmare World Cup? Look out, he dives through under the ropes there with that sliding drop kick. Beautiful maneuver there by Danny Harris. Savage, out of desperation perhaps, throws him back in the ring, and these two will continue their bout. Into the corner goes Savage. And now super back suplex there by Danny Harris, avalanche style, and now these two will continue their matchup. Going for the pin. 2 and only a 2 count as this matchup will continue here. Nice kick out by Savage. Another drop kick to the back there. Beautiful maneuver there by Danny Harris, and Harris now backing off to the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, look out, he could be going for that clothesline from hell. Good Lord, taking off the head of Savage, nearly. Savage getting out of the way of that boot though, and now Danny Harris still in control here. Danny Harris now catching the foot, but eating a spinning flying crescent kick there. Reversal by Savage. Savage now finally has the upper hand here of Danny Harris. He ain't looking good as Savage goes to the second rope, perhaps for that flying elbow drop. Beautiful maneuver there. Savage soaring through the air. Going for a pin after that. Can Savage do the unthinkable? 1. No. Only a 1 count. This matchup will continue for the Nightmare World Cup. Nice reversal there by Danny Harris, and he may have very well busted open his opponent here. Yes, he did. The blood is flying, and Danny Harris in control, hanging him up. Look at Harris go with his patented suspension DDT. Now, Harris looking to end it here. Spinning crescent kick. Lights out once again. I think Harris just ended it. 1, 2, and 3. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Harris moves on to the finals. Wow. What an awesome showing here by both men. Your winner here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Harris. Congratulations to him. He will be moving on to the semifinals of the Nightmare World Cup. All right, and our next matchup coming up here in the Nightmare World Cup, the second matchup of our quarterfinals. 2 men who won their respective divisions and their respective, their brackets. Nonetheless, here tonight, looking to go at it again, they are Aaron the Destroyer and Josh Omega. 2 guys who will likely be drafted to the Live Wire brand. It is actually, these 2 championships have been featured. It's on the line, it's being represented once again here in the Nightmare World Cup. Aaron the Destroyer, of course, the Twitch television champion. Josh Omega coming off of his loss for his Battle Royal championship. And now, these 2 men meet for any title, quarterfinals of the Nightmare World right here this afternoon. Here we go for our next matchup. We have, making his way down to the ring first, 1/3 of the Group Genesis. He is the NCW Twitch Television Champion, as well as 1/3 of the NCW World Tag Team Champions with the team of Genesis, the one and only Aaron the Destroyer. Aaron the Destroyer, now the NCW Twitch Television Champion, won that title in the triple threat between all of Genesis, a form of punishment. These three men all putting it behind them immediately as they went on to win the tag titles later at that same event, the last click per view, I believe it was Quarantine. Nonetheless, we're gearing up for the Nightmare World Cup here tonight. The finals will be here tonight. We will find out who will win the Nightmare World Cup. I believe we're going to do it in two separate parts, ending around 1 o'clock, or around 1:30-ish, for only giving y'all the quarterfinals now. The semis and the finals will take place later tonight. Nonetheless, here we go. The Twitch Television Champion, ready to go, Aaron the Destroyer, a man who started out as the NCW Canadian Champion the day he walked in the door. Meant for greatness is what he says, and here tonight, representing Genesis and the Livewire brand as its Twitch Television Champion. His title, of course, will not be on the line, as none of the championships of NCW, any of them, are on the line here in the Nightmare World Cup. But here we go. This is another monster here, ladies and gentlemen. They've been conquering everything, Genesis that is. But can Aaron the Destroyer bring home the winner of the Nightmare World Cup? Can he do it? And now, his opponent, making his way down to the ring, hailing from the Omegaverse himself. Here he is, former Battle Royal Champion in his own right, the one and only Josh Omega. Josh Omega, the man who won Bracket 1 and really set the tone for this tournament, defeating not only the likes of Luke Luger and Thomas War, but there was also another one in there. I'm slipping right now. Nonetheless, Josh Omega getting it done in his bracket, leading to this, him walking into the finals, the quarterfinals here. Even if he only makes it this far, he's got something to be proud of. But here tonight, he wants a little bit more than just to be proud. He wants to say that he beat the Twitch Television Champion, because these two will be meeting at the next click per view for that Twitch Television Championship. So both men looking to send a message to each other here for the Nightmare World Cup. The bell is sounded, and here we go. Look at that, dodging that back chop and going immediately in for the kill. This is what Aaron the Destroyer does. Reminds me of a very aggressive moveset that the likes of Jay Constanelli, Will Steele, or the Beast Cody Ford, with the multiple slams and awesome technicality. But I'm going to tell you what, the best way to explain Aaron the Destroyer is he is a maverick. He can do a lot of different things here in the land of the Nightmare, including high fly, brawl, slam, go hardcore. He can damn near do it all. But Josh Omega, a formidable opponent here, to say the least. And now, Aaron the Destroyer looking to show off his high-flying ability. Oh, man. Taken out. Josh Omega with that double axe handle to the back of the head. Going for the pin off that. Out of what could be considered desperation there. Nonetheless, got Omega up now and puts him down with the reverse neck breaker. Aaron the Destroyer is all over Josh Omega. Omega finally with the reversal now, throwing him into the corner. These two bounce off of each other again, and look at that. The Destroyer coming in, but Josh Omega shuts him down, and now he's going to show him hammerlock, turns it into a soda twist. Beautiful maneuver there by Josh Omega. Omega now going after Aaron the Destroyer. Big time shots here. Josh Omega gets blocked. Nice shot there to the gut, and an awesome enziguri puts him down. Aaron the Destroyer staying in control here, kicking him in the face over and over again. And now, look at this. Gut wrench falling back suplex off the deadlift there by Aaron the Destroyer. The Destroyer doing everything he can to stay in this matchup, and it ain't looking good for Josh Omega. Good Lord. Got him up with a reverse sit-out neck breaker of sorts, like a slam. And now, got a hold of Omega again, kicks him in the gut. Train wreck puts down Josh Omega. Our former Battle Royal champion is down too, and no, gets a shoulder up, stays in this. Our Twitch television champion looking to end this here and send a message to his #1 contender. They will meet at Salute to the Soldiers in about 2 weeks. And now look out, Omegaplex. There's a suplex for you there. Josh Omega now winding up, looking for the Omega forearm, nails it. Down goes the Twitch television champion, and fans, could that be it? 1, 2, no. Aaron the Destroyer gets a shoulder up at the very last second, staying in this Nightmare World Cup quarterfinals matchup. Nice jawbreaker there by Aaron the Destroyer, doing what he's got to do, but look out, Josh Omega stays in this. Omega picking up Aaron the Destroyer now. Got him on one shoulder. Look out, puts him down with that beautiful maneuver there by Omega. And now Omega got him in a head scissor here on the ground, but it looks like the Twitch television champion Aaron the Destroyer to find the back door, but Omega doesn't care. Shot to the gut, looking to stay in this, and oh, look at this. This is what hell of a claw of some sort. Good Lord. A claw slam, if you will. Nonetheless, Josh Omega in control here, looking to put the boots to him. Got him locked up. Beautiful falling facebuster out of the full Nelson there. Leg dropping the inside of the leg there. Josh Omega finally looking like he's building up some sort of a comeback here. And look out, there's the Omega forearm to set down his opponent. Going for the pin off of that. Referee Jeff Bobcat running all around the ring before finally 1, 2, and no, Josh Omega cannot end the matchup off that. This matchup will continue as Aaron the Destroyer, the Twitch television champion, says he ain't going down quite like that. The Destroyer picked up now. Reversal here by Aaron. Member of Genesis would love to advance here for his team as he has made it the furthest. And now, look out. Here comes the Twitch television champion, perhaps with the final blow. Beautiful maneuver there. Train wreck to the side of the head. Will he go for the finish? Reversal there by Josh Omega. These two still battling it out here. Face to face here now in the front face lock. Got him up. Inside out. Spinning neck breaker there by the TV champion, Aaron the Destroyer, now looking to go back to work with that gut wrench here, and he ain't done. Look out, big time overhead deadlift, gut wrench, suplex. Beautiful maneuver there by the Destroyer, and look at that, double foot stomp there. I told you, fans, he's got a different moveset to say the least. Sporadic, can do a lot of different things, and he's stronger than you think. Oh, man. The line of destruction puts him down with that. Beautiful knee drop there, and it looks like the Twitch television champion is not far from ending this, but I could be wrong. With that reversal, Josh Omega now in control. Omega picks him up, fires in the face, spins him around, and look out. Josh Omega got a hold of the Destroyer, puts him down with that maneuver there. Josh Omega could be looking to end this matchup. What's Omega looking for here? Instead, reversal there by Aaron the Destroyer. And now the Twitch television champion taking this time to pander to the fans. But he might want to be taking this time to put the screws to Josh Omega, if you will. Nonetheless, he's in control, looking to put him up against the ropes here. Now spinning Omega around here. Omega finally with the reversal kick to the gut. Uh-oh. Omega going for a DDT, but getting dropped with a Northern Light suplex. One. No, only a 1 count on that bridging pin there, and this matchup will continue. Now, Josh Omega in a bad way. Look out, kick to the gut. Backing off, and there it is, the train wreck. As he goes in for the pin, the Twitch television champion with a 2 count, and no. Oh, man. Josh Omega staying in this matchup every step of the way. This man is brave and has a heart of gold, to say the least, but I'm going to tell you what. The will of a warrior may not be enough, because Aaron the Destroyer not playing around anymore. Bam! Nails him with that flying flatliner. Going for the pin off that. 1, 2. No! The Destroyer hit him with his very best move that he had in his arsenal, and still not enough to get the job done. And now looking to end it off his own move. Winding up. Oh, hits Josh Omega with his own Omega forearm. Now, looking to pin Josh Omega and advance in the tournament here. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, the Twitch television champion sending one hell of a message here to his #1 contender, as they will meet again at the next Click Per View. Salute to the soldiers here, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Omega did everything he could, but Aaron the Destroyer puts down Josh Omega in this awesome matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't believe it. Nonetheless, Aaron the Destroyer beat him off his own wind-up Omega forearm, and the Twitch television champion moves on to the next round of the Nightmare World Cup. All right, fans. Coming up next, we have our third match here in the quarterfinals, that being Chris Kazarian taking on Chris Hardcore. These two men were almost destined to unite the HCW Extreme title and the NCW Hardcore title. However, both men losing in their matches, losing their titles, did not set up to that match at all. But here we go. Here tonight, as Chris Hardcore takes on Chris Kazarian right here in the quarterfinals in the Nightmare World Cup. So like I said, Chris Hardcore taking on Chris Kazarian. right here for the Nightmare World Cup. These two were supposed to unite two different championships, but Chris Kazarian couldn't defeat Zangar Vanu to take the title back, and Chris Hardcore was sitting there waiting on him, and while he was waiting, he ends up losing the title to Samuel Ryan. Since then, he has gained it back, but there's been talk of Chris Kazarian not being drafted to Livewire, instead being drafted to Mayhem. We're going to see how this all plays out at the draft, but for right now, here he is, the man making his way down to the ring. He is NCW's Hardcore Champion once again. Here he is, the one and only Chris Hardcore. Member of the Syndicate, Chris Hardcore has won the Hardcore Championship, the World Championship, and I believe he's gotten close to winning the High Flyers Championship, but never done so. Nonetheless, Chris Hardcore here with us this afternoon, looking to walk away the victor here in the quarterfinals of the entire Nightmare World Cup. He, like every other man here in this 8-man bracket, made it to this bracket by winning a different 8-man already. So every man in this entire part of the tournament is already proven, as they all have 3 wins thus far in the tournament. Chris Hardcore devouring his bracket, much like all the other men in this entire final 8-man bracket. Nonetheless, a man who has done just as deadly as he in this Nightmare World Cup already. His opponent, a man that we have been waiting to see face Chris Hardcore for some time, and it is a shame that they didn't make this a hardcore matchup. Nonetheless, here he is, making his way down to the ring through the halls. As you can see him, he's not in gorilla position waiting to come down. Instead, he likes to wait till the very last moment to hit the ring. Nonetheless, here he is, making his way down to the ring, the one and only Chris Kazarian. Chris Kazarian, a former Extreme Champion through our continuity in NCW, as he did hold the HCW Extreme title. So he is a former champion per se. Nonetheless, here tonight, this ain't about titles. This is all about getting through your opponent, making it to the semifinals, and moving on and winning this entire tournament. To win this tournament, you have to beat 6 straight athletes. And everybody thus far making it to this finals has beaten 3. Now, tonight, somebody has got to go through 3. Nonetheless, finally, we see a matchup between 2 guys that we should have seen probably from the beginning. Nonetheless, it is Chris Hardcore and Chris Kazarian right here tonight. The bell has sounded, and look out, Chris Hardcore coming out of the gate with a beautiful float over DDT, showing everybody that he will walk away the victor here tonight. And I'm going to tell you what, a man who's been in the NCW since 2016 versus one of the guys who come in through the HCW purchase, which is Chris Kazarian, still a formidable opponent. He's shown everybody that he is the extreme athlete over there, and these two fighting for the crown of who will be king of extreme, so to say. Good Lord, what a power bomb there into the corner, and Chris Hardcore is all over Chris Kazarian here in the opening moments with a buckle bomb, and then doing that maneuver now coming up behind, and look out, stomping his knee into the mat there. Chris Hardcore is all over Chris Kazarian, not even giving him a chance to breathe. Good Lord. And the Hardcore Champion gets blocked, and perhaps this is what Chris Kazarian has been looking for here. And look at this, these two both playing with each other, finally hitting back in the ring. Chris Kazarian now going after Chris Hardcore, and look out, reversal there by Chris Hardcore. I don't think he's playing around, but neither is Chris Kazarian. These two so evenly matched here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you what, it's been a long time in Nightmare Championship Wrestling, good Lord, that we have seen another wrestler well match with Chris Hardcore. He has dominated the competition in the last 2 years. And now he may have met his very match. Good Lord, flying off with a flying brain chop there is Chris Kazarian. Chris Kazarian has told me that he doesn't like, oh, look out, going for his signature maneuvers, puts him down with that high head kick at the end. He doesn't like that Chris Hardcore refers to himself as the most extreme athlete on the planet. And Chris Kazarian looking to change that here tonight with a Kazarian kick. His finishing maneuver puts down Chris Hardcore, going for the pin off that. 1, 2, no. And now, these two will continue this matchup. A well-versed matchup thus far, to say the least. Evenly matched between both of these men. But look out. Chris Hardcore gets put down with a shining boot there. An awesome player's kick, if you will, by Chris Kazarian. Now, just like that, Chris Hardcore back in control here. The long time. Oh, Hardcore extremist here in NCW puts him down with the moon blade, and now springs in with his patented over-the-top leg drop. And now, Chris Hardcore trying to find his place, trying to find his moment to strike here. Precision at its best, but gets struck in the gut here, and look out, runs right into that big boot there by Kazarian. Kazarian gonna go for the pin off of that. 1, and only a 1 count there on the Hardcore champion, Chris Hardcore. You better believe the way that the visions of the different shows are going, everybody's going to be targeting different players and different play styles. And it's going to be interesting to see where everybody ends up. Nonetheless, look out. Got him up. Oh, good Lord, look at the athleticism here of Chris Kazarian. Good Lord. Puts him down with that maneuver. We've never seen anyone control Chris Hardcore with that much ease that hasn't been bigger than him. And Chris Kazarian is arguably the same size as Chris Hardcore, and he gets put down with that beautiful Kazarian head kick once again. Thanks for dropping by, ladies and gentlemen, our viewers. If you would, please drop a comment to the side. Love to see the support. Nonetheless, got a pinfall, 2, and only a 2 count, as Chris Hardcore will ensure that Chris Kazarian will not be continuing this matchup. Well, will be continuing this matchup, rather. Nonetheless, Snapmare to the center of the ring here. Eats a back elbow there. Face-painted warrior that is Chris Kazarian eats a moon blade, and he goes down. The second, I believe, of the matchup. Now going for the pin off that. 1, 2, no, not even a 1, just a 1 count there. Chris Kazarian staying in this matchup. Chris Hardcore. Stop. Oh, look out. Going for what looked like a flying headbutt to the gut in the corner, but to no avail. Kazarian now back in control, but a reversal there by Chris Hardcore, and Chris Kazarian reverses. And look out, fans. They're just going to show off here. They are going back and forth, and there ain't no better way to go back and forth than that. But look out, Chris Hardcore looks like he may be the one in trouble here. Throws him in the corner, though. Gets, and the drop kick machine looking to go to work. The drop kick machine with the first drop kick of the matchup. Maybe he needs to turn it up again with another drop kick. Instead, bullplexing him across the ring into, look at this, a pickup seated power bomb. Beautiful maneuver there, patented maneuver by Chris Hardcore. Got a 2 here, and no, Chris Kazarian not going to go down to that thus far. These two so evenly matched up. Good Lord. It's been a long time since Chris Hardcore has had someone this evenly matched fight him out here in the land of the Nightmare, but right here in the Nightmare World Cup, he gets put down with a trifecta of suplexes here, and Chris Kazarian backing off to the corner, pandering to the fans. Kazarian now awaiting him to get to his feet, and look out. Got him up on his shoulders, puts him down with that flying, spinning flapjack. Good Lord. Chris Hardcore in a bad way, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2. No, it will not be done here. I thought Chris Kazarian was about to slay the dragon of Chris Hardcore, but no, ladies and gentlemen, the Hardcore champion stays in this matchup once again, showing off that his, by far, his greatest attribute, that being his resiliency. Chris Hardcore has been able to battle it out with the greats among the years, and now going at it with Chris Kazarian here in this matchup, and a breath of the North there, putting him down here. In this, the Nightmare World Cup, is Chris Kazarian done here, ladies and gentlemen? 1, 2, and 3. Just like that, Chris Kazarian goes down. Wow. Wow. Kazarian loses to Chris Hardcore. Here tonight, the Hardcore champion, the most extreme athlete on the planet, disposes of Chris Kazarian. Wow. He moves on. And now, coming up next, fans, in the Nightmare World Cup, we have taken on two men who have been members of NCW since 2015. Sean Samuels, the first new generation champion of the modern era back in 2015, and Jay Constanelli went a different route. Rise to Stardom is where he went. Didn't end up winning that, and he didn't end up winning for a while until he finally changed himself enough, evolved enough to a point where he's at now, and he's a former global champion now, ladies and gentlemen. So both of these former global champions now going to battle it out here in the Nightmare World Cup. The quarterfinals here. I believe this will be the last matchup of this episode 9. We will pick up episode 10 at the semis and the finals and plan a whole card around it for you, ladies and gentlemen. But for right here tonight, we find out who makes it to the final 4 out of the Elite 8 here in the tournament. We've already seen 3 people move on. Chris Hardcore, Danny Harris, along with Aaron the Destroyer, and now we find out who moves on out of this matchup. And now, the man making his way down to the ring from Loudoun, Oklahoma, but if you ask him, he was like, because he's infected right now. He doesn't even know what he's doing. He can't even control himself, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of control, the man in control of him right now is the one and only Ian Gray, as this man is a member of the Order of Gray. Sean Samuels has done a lot here in NCW. Former New Generation Global and Tag Team Champion. Now, here in the Nightmare World Cup Finals. And you gotta wonder, fans, did he make it here by the power of the infection, or would he have made it here on his own nonetheless? We do not know, but we do know that he will be taking on this man right here tonight, and technically our main event, I guess you would say, of episode 9. Here we go. His opponent, formerly one half of the tag team champions, a man who just gave up his tag team titles when his own tag team partner attacked him, knocked him out, and then left the arena, vacating the titles, or vacating his half. Then the Deadshot Jay Constanelli said, you know what, give the titles to Genesis. They told him no. They give him an equal shot just like everybody else. Genesis goes on to win the tag team titles. So Deadshot showing off that actually he's got great vision as far as being a wrestler and spotting other wrestlers' talents. But here tonight, it ain't about that. It's all about him going into this, the Nightmare World Cup. Right here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we find out, can the Deadshot Jay Constanelli get past the infected Grim Sean Samuels here in our main event of the afternoon on episode 9 of the Nightmare World Cup. What's up, Chase? Thanks for joining us. As I've said, fans, we've already had 3 matches here tonight. Y'all can catch them on the replay. It was Danny Harris winning the first one, along with Aaron the Destroyer winning a match, as well as beating Josh Omega. And then we had Chris Hardcore defeat Chris Kazarian. So here we are down to the last quarterfinals matchup. Oh, what a sliding kick there by Grim Sean Samuels. But like I was saying, the last quarterfinals matchup, our main event here in episode 9. We will resume the tournament in episode 10, where we design a whole card around it. Oh, man, and these men fighting to see who will be in the final 4 of the Nightmare World Cup. Who will join the other 4 men? And remember, the winner of this moves on to fight Chris Hardcore, who has been unstoppable thus far. Look at this. Ooh, kick to the back of the leg. Both men fighting. Oh, and a chop block can't knock him down. What do you know? The Deadshot still going after it here. He don't care. He's going to keep chopping that tree until he finally takes down Grim Sean Samuels. These two have fought so many times before, and now, here tonight, they battle once again in the Deadshot, who's going into another tournament right after this. Whether he wins or loses this, he will be going into the winner-take-all tournament. Those, of course, those 8 spots selected by the Hall of Fame. They've already made their selections, and look out! Oh, man, the flashpoint there by the Deadshot Jay Constanelli as he puts him down with that maneuver, and now the Deadshot looking to take his head off here with the headshot. No scope power bomb. Puts him down, going for the pin on Grim. 1, 2, and no. Grim Sean Samuels will ensure that this matchup will continue here in our main event of the evening. Speaking of Hall of Fame, fans, we got another Hall of Fame coming up soon. We're still nailing down the names to put in the Hall of Fame. But, yeah, it's going to be fun. Uh-oh, reversal here of the suplex, and Grim Sean Samuels coming out of the gate here. Throws him into the ropes. Oh, and look at that. How do you like that? Grim's so big that he can perform a shoulder block when he's not even trying to. Tell me that ain't power. hits the ropes and comes back flying senton there. Good Lord. Nearly crushing his opponent. And Grim Sean Samuels has got him in a bad way. Backing off to the corner here. And the Deadshot finally trying to crawl, I would say away, but he's crawling right towards him here. Right in front of him here. And now Grim puts him down with a tilt-a-whirl back slam. And now spinning him over. Grim going for some sort of maneuver, but no. A shot to the gut there. And look out. Down, back and forth these two go. But the Deadshot in a bad way as he goes up in the air. And this is not looking good here. Puts him down with the Grim drop. The Jurassic drop and Grim going for the pin. 1, 2, no. Not enough to finish the Deadshot Jay Constanelli. What's up, Patrick Pierre? Thank you for joining us here. We are hit down to find out who is going to be the final 4 going to the last episode of Nightmare World Cup here tonight. We've already had 3, and now we find out the 4th and final man here in the main event. The Deadshot Jay Constanelli, who won his bracket, and Grim Sean Samuels, who won his bracket. 2 men who have been here since the entire modern era. And they are battling it out back and forth. If you would have had this match in 2015, everyone would have guessed that Grim would have just slayed Deadshot with no problem. If you'd have had this match last year, everybody would have said Deadshot would have slayed Grim with no problem. And now, these two going at it in 18, and look out. Oh, the flashpoint. Trying to knock him back to 2015 with that maneuver, going for the pin off that 1, 2, and still not enough to put down Grim Sean Samuels. This matchup continues. And for my friends in call, I'm having surgery on a tooth tomorrow, so commentary will not be happening for the next 4 days. Just to let y'all know, talking on Xbox will not be happening, but my fingers ain't broke, so I'll be able to message you. That's just a heads up. Nonetheless, main event right here. These two battling back and forth, to say the least, here for the Nightmare World Cup. And now, Grim Sean Samuels thrown into the ropes, ducking under there, jumping over. Deadshot showing off his high-flying ability, even though he ain't doing nothing but dodging out of the way. But Grim going after him here. No. Stomp to the back of the leg. Deadshot trying to go for something here. Uh-oh. Cracking that neck once again, ladies and gentlemen. You already know it's the flashpoint. Puts him down. He hopes that is the final blow here in this matchup as he drags him now closer to the ropes, going for the pin. Wait a minute. Jeff Bobcat doesn't see his feet on the ropes here. 1, 2, and no. Grim powers out of it, and he gets right back up to his feet here. Look out, gets put down there with that neck breaker. And now, Grim, with a hell of a reversal there, puts down the Deadshot Jay Constanelli, and now Grim is looking for his moment. Look out. Got him up here. Going for what could be the final blow on the Deadshot Jay Constanelli. Look out. Jurassic drop. Grim looking to knock him back to the Stone Ages. 2, and no. This matchup will continue here. Grim arguing with the referee as far as what a 3 count is. And this matchup will continue between Grim Sean Samuels and the Deadshot Jay Constanelli, and look out, he has busted open the Deadshot now. And look out, going for, beautiful maneuver there. And Jay Constanelli, even though he's busted open, this may have taken him to another level, ladies and gentlemen. So he is hyping up here, but the Deadshot goes down to that beautiful back suplex there, overhead back suplex, and now locking in that claw on the neck and shoulder muscle here. Grim Sean Samuels taking him down. Now puts him down. Good Lord. Going for the pin off that. 1, 2. No, the dead shot will not go down to that tilt-a-whirl back slam, a patented maneuver of Sean Samuels. This man is doing everything he can to destroy the dead shot, and the dead shot still stays in this matchup every step of the way, showing off his resiliency, his heart here with us in the land of the nightmare. But will it be enough? Because Sean Samuels is going for the 3rd Jurassic drop on the already busted open and nearly concussed dead shot. Oh man, he goes down, and he may just need to, oh, look at that, the foot under the ropes, and the rope break saving the dead shot. Jay Constanelli now, he stays in this matchup. He's got him up. Let's go, power bomb, stacking him up for the pin here. 1, 2, 3, and the dead shot. Jay Constanelli wins this matchup here, ladies and gentlemen, in the main event of the evening. Your winner here tonight, the dead shot, Jay Constanelli. Congratulations to all 4 men who move on to the final 4. We already know it will be one of these 4 men to win the Nightmare World Cup. It'll either be Danny Harris, Chris Hardcore, Aaron the Destroyer, or the dead shot, Jay Constanelli. And I'm going to tell you what, fans, it personally to me seems like it is going to be an awesome finals, as we got one of our greatest sim stars, Danny Harris, one of our best EFED players, Aaron the Destroyer, and one of our best competitive players in Chris Hardcore, all in the finals, along with this man, a man who competes in all 3 divisions, the dead shot, Jay Constanelli. Wow, it is going to be a wild and awesome finals in the Nightmare World Cup. We will find out on the next episode who walks away with the Nightmare World Cup, who will be the winner of this entire Nightmare World Cup. Nonetheless, fans, I have been your commentator here this evening, Joshua Little. I will catch you next time on Nightmare Championship Wrestling.